Subaru is celebrating 30 years of all-wheel drive, having launched the Leone, the first mass-produced car to feature four-wheel drive. Well, a part of that celebration involves a totally new vehicle, one that's not car, not truck, nor minivan, nor SUV. Rather, it's just called Baja. For a brief period, Subaru flirted with traction control on some of its front-wheel drive vehicles. However, the powers that be realized the only way forward, at least from a logical perspective, was with nothing other than all-wheel drive, and for that decision I say thank you. As applied to the Baja, there are two all-wheel drive systems, both of which come with a rear limited slip differential. The system hooked up to the base 5-speed manual transmission uses a conventional viscous center coupling to split the power. Moving up the ladder to the automatic transmission puts an electronically controlled center differential in charge of the whole shebang. The lone drawback with the automatic is its infernal shifter gate. The design allows the lever to be shifted through drive and into third gear. Now, unless you realize your mistake, you lose the fuel economy advantages of top gear, and it's overdrive. I've been a huge fan of Subaru's all-wheel drive system, especially when it's married to the automatic transmission. The reason is that it's proactive. For instance, if you nail the gas pedal, rather than waiting for the wheels to start spinning and then the all-wheel drive system hooking up, it automatically hooks it up before you pull away. And it's that makes the biggest difference in our Canadian winters. Riding on McPherson struts up front and the multi-link design in back, the Baja's blend between ride and handling is a good one. On the one hand, the Baja handled the pylon test with minimal fuss, meaning little body roll and limited understeer. It also makes minor off-road excursions a realistic proposition, as the long travel design puts 7.3 inches of ground clearance under the vehicle. That said, the all-season tyres limit just how much of Mother Nature's backyard you can actually explore. The Baja comes with a standard 4-channel, 4-sensor anti-lock brake system. As well as keeping the stops short and straight, the design gets a helping hand from the automatic transmission. When the ABS engages, the transmission selects third gear to reduce the effects of engine braking, which improves an already sure-footed feel. It's at the back here that the Baja makes the biggest difference. First of all, you've got a clean space for the passengers and a dirty space for everything else. Now, if this isn't large enough as it stands, what you've got to do, drop the plate down to keep yourself legal, lower the tailgate, and then flip out this optional bed extender. In this configuration, you've extended the box length by about 30%. Now, if this isn't long enough, then what you have to do is use Subaru's switchback. To operate the switchgate is a simple matter of lifting the seat base up and folding the seat back down. Now, what you've got here is a nice hard surface so you can store stuff back here without damaging the fabric on the seats. The switchback itself is simply a little door. Now you've got just over 7.2 meters from the seat back to that bed extender. Sadly, the opening for the switchback system is not quite large enough. Had Subaru made it about 3 inches wider, the front skis of a snowmobile would have fitted through the opening. As it stands, they won't. According to Subaru, this was done to preserve the body's structural integrity. On a brighter note, the multi-link design of the rear suspension means there is minimal intrusion into the cargo box. If you've sat in a Legacy or an Outback, you've sat inside the Baja, primarily because everything, at least as it holds in the front, is pretty much the same. It's just been bumped up with some louder and prouder materials. In the back it gets a little different, primarily because it's a 2+2. In the middle spot, you've got a cubby hole. Now when it comes to head and leg room, it's on the tight side in both cases, and that's primarily because of the box. Headroom, if you're 6 foot, you're rubbing on the roof lining, and if you've got long legs, there isn't much room under the seat. But you know, the thing that really pees me off about this car the most is the number of warning signs stuck all over the vehicle. It's literally festooned. I know we live in a litigious society, but give me a break. The Baja is powered by Subaru's familiar 2.5-litre single overhead cam boxer engine. Now this four-banger pumps out a respectable 165 horsepower and 166 pounds-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM, and so throttle response is pretty crisp. Part of the attraction for this unusual engine is the way it helps the handling. First, it sits low in the engine bay and so lowers the center of gravity. Second, it allows the use of equal-length drive shafts. This simple fact banishes torque steer from the Baja's balanced repertoire. Elsewhere, the Baja employs 3-point seat belts with pre-tensioners and force limiters, as well as dual front airbags. You know, there's no question the Baja is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. However, for those that want the comfort and convenience of a passenger car and some of the attributes of a pickup, well, the Baja is about the best the market has to offer, because unlike its truck-based competition, namely the Nissan Frontier, it's got ride and handling on its side as well as that all-wheel drive system. About the only thing it needs? Well, a 6-cylinder engine option would be nice.
If you consider Motoring TV's been on the air for 30+ years, there's no doubt you've missed a few episodes. Well, there's a couple of ways you can catch up and make sure you don't miss anything. First, you can go to YouTube and look up just segments or complete shows. Also, if you want to know what we're doing, like today on a daily basis, just go to our Facebook page. And also, you can go to motoringtvshop.com, get some cool swag. Oh, there's also that Instagram thing.